as our children grew older, and it was more by chance than a strategy or anything, with my special needs background, we got offered a special needs mum and a newborn baby, and we thought it'd be an interesting challenge, and it worked out really well. And then we had a flurry of other mums and young babies. It's interesting, you often think of young mums, but they're not always young mums. Most of our mums were in their 20s, but we have had a mum in the late 30s. We have had friends who've had teenage mums as young as 14 and 15.
And it's not always mums, we've had parents and child, so we've had couples that have come in with their children, and that's been really, really lovely, really interesting.
Yeah, and as Rachel said, with their children, so it's not always with a baby, it can be with a 2-year-old, a 4-year-old and a 6-year-old.
And I think what we found as a family with three of our children, you know, and as they grew, I think taking on parents with their own children, you were very much supporting a family, so it felt like another family unit. And I think that was kind of a good thing for our children to get their heads around as well, that, you know, they weren't making attachments in the same way. They loved having the children, the babies there as well. But it just seemed to work really well for our family. They made good attachments with them, but they knew that we were just helping them to get their own place on their own, if at all possible, and we were helping a family. So I think psychologically for our children, there was less loss involved in that. So it was something that just seemed to fit our personality, our family. It's very intense. It's very, very full on for the time, but then there are some gaps where you can just breathe and you know, just be family again and do a few of your own things. So it seemed to work very well for us.
Yeah, and I suppose our children got older as well, and as children get older, their needs change. Yeah. And once again, it was with parent and child, there seemed less conflict with our own children, because a baby is the focus of the attention for everyone in the family in many ways, but they're demanding in a different way. I can't really express what I mean. And the parent you've got is not demanding attention from us like a child might. So in a sense, our children didn't feel like they were in competition again or conflict. So it seemed to work very well.
It's all about modelling. A lot of it is all just about modelling family life. So, you know, it just worked very well. Parents perhaps who were very young or very inexperienced would come into a family and see, you know,
it's hard work.
Come with us. Let's get the kids ready for school, and everyone just mucking in, and they learn about family routines, and there was a lot of learning that went on without actual teaching. It was more modelling, and I think for our children as well, it was great. You know, they could see that we were helping to care for a little one and to show the parents how to do that.
You do have to learn to be quite relaxed and very real in many ways, because like I said, you've got people coming into your family, and you can feel that even though they're the ones under the microscope, you can't help but feel you're under the microscope as well, especially when you've got social workers coming in. And if your children aren't always behaving the way they should be behaving and things like that. But if you've got a sense of humour and you can be relaxed and flexible, it's worked really well, I think. So.